Hey guitar fanatics, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Are you just starting to play lead guitar and you've started to notice already that you play the same old pentatonic licks all the time? Do you want an easy way to take your lead playing to the next level? Well, get ready to revolutionize your pentatonic licks with just two notes, the major third and the flat five. In this video, I'll show you how adding just these two notes can open up a whole new world of possibilities for your lead guitar playing. Whether you're a beginner looking to get out of the gate fast or a more experienced player that's just looking for something fresh and new, these two notes are going to take your playing to a different place. Hey, before we get going, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's play some guitar. If you're an advanced beginner or an early intermediate guitarist and you're starting to learn a little lead guitar, you probably got started with the minor pentatonic scale. It's a great place to start. 5 notes laid out in 5-box pattern, 2 notes a string that you can easily alternate pick. However, the pentatonic scale can start to sound and feel a little bit clunky. You've probably also heard your favorite rock and blues guitarist add some notes to the pentatonic scale that really add color to their sound, and you're wondering, what the heck are they doing? I'm going to show you 2 of the most useful color notes that you can add to pentatonics, the major third and the flat 5, or what we call the blue note. Let's quickly review the notes of minor pentatonic. Now we're going to be in B minor today. That's the key of our backing track, but I'm going to talk a lot in terms of intervals. That's the way I'd prefer you to learn and think of this. We've got the root. I'm at the 7th fret, the first pattern of B minor pentatonic. So we've got our root, we've got our minor third, we've got our 4th, we've got our 5th, and we've got our flat 7. And while that scale sounds great, we're missing a very important note when we go to try to play over dominant 7 and major chords. Dominant 7 chords are so prevalent in rock and blues, and that is the major third. So if we're using a scale that doesn't contain one of the most important notes of the chords that we're playing over, it's never going to sound as good as it could. So let's add that major third to our minor pentatonic. Now our scale would look like this. And let's play through it. Now ascending, here we go. We've got our root, minor third. I'm going to use that pinky to play the major third. 4th, 5th, flat 7, root again, minor third, major third, 4th, 5th, 7th, then our root, minor third, major third. I'm going to do it a little more smoothly now. Now, descending, I like to play the minor third first, then the major third, and then drop to the root. Let's take it all the way down the scale. What's happening there is we're what I call converting minor to major, and we hear this all the time in all kinds of music. Think of a rhythm pattern like this one. I'm hammering onto the major third from the minor third, and that converting to major sound really, really comes through. Okay, now let's try it with a super simple blues lick. Here's the lick played entirely with minor pentatonic. Here's the exact same lick, but we're going to add the major third. Check this out. Pretty easy, and it sounds awesome. Let's stretch this lick out a little and take it all the way up to the high E string. Here it is with minor pentatonic only. Now, let's add our major third. There's just way more impact and color to that sound. Let's try one more lick. This time we're going to start up at the 9th fret of our G string. That's an E note. Okay, I am loving this sound already. And you know, the best way I can think of to practice this is to find your root notes, your minor and major thirds all over the fretboard in every key. As a matter of fact, let's take a simple lick like this one. I'm going to start it on the flat 7 or the A note at the 5th fret of my low E string, and the lick goes like this. Now we're going to take this lick and we're going to start it on every A note that we can find, and we're going to go string set by string set. We already started on the low E. Let's play it again. Now my A on the 5th string is at the 12th fret, so we'll play it up there. A note is at the 7th fret of the D string. It's at the 2nd fret of the G string. And lastly, it's at the 10th fret of the B string. And I want to emphasize, once you get that down in the original key that you start with, here we're starting with B minor, you got to do it in every single key, all over the fretboard, and it is maybe the best investment of your time you can make for your lead guitar playing. All right, hope you're starting to get that converting to major thing down. And if you like that sound, if you're just getting going with pentatonics, you want to learn more stuff like this, I've actually put together a great course called Next Level Pentatonics. I'm going to put a link in the description down below, so check that out. So let's spice things up one more time. So you may have heard of the blues scale. And to make the minor blues scale, we add the flat 5 to our minor pentatonic. Now in B minor, the 5th is an F sharp note. And you can always find the 5th easily by going to your root note. In that case, it would be our B at the 7th fret, going over one string, so now I'm on the A string, and going up 2 frets. So my root's at the 7th, my 5th would be at the 9th, and that's an F sharp. So my flat 5 would be an F natural, down 1 fret. Now, the flat 5 has been a favorite for heavy metal and rock bands for decades now. Think Inner Sandman by Metallica. You hear that flat 5? Sounds kind of sinister. So here's what the blues scale looks like. Let's play through it a couple of times, ascending and descending. So how about some licks incorporating that flat 5? Let's start off with this bluesy one in the middle of the first pattern of B minor pentatonic. Man, I like that sound. Okay, let's try another one. This one's got a little position shift to it. We're going to start at the D note on the 5th fret of the A string. How about a descending lick? Let's start at the F at the 10th fret of the G string. You know, once again, adding just one note to the pentatonic scale makes it sound so much more fluid, and it makes the licks sound so much more creative and polished. As far as practicing the flat 5, let's do the same thing we did with the major third. We're going to make up a short lick, and we're going to find that lick on every string set all the way up and down the fretboard. The lick we're going to play has 5 notes. It's going to be the 5th, the flat 5th, the 4th, the minor third, and our root. So we've got F sharp, F, E, D, and B. So on the 5th and 6th strings, we go up to the F sharp at the 9th fret of the A string. We've got an F sharp at the 4th fret of our D string, so here's the D and A strings. We've got an F sharp at the 11th fret of our G string, so here we are on the G and D strings. Got F sharp at the 7th fret of our B string. And lastly, we've got F sharp up at the 14th fret of the high E. So now we've got these two awesome sounding new notes, a way to practice finding them all over the fretboard, and some licks using each one of those notes respectively. So you know what's coming next. Let's use them both in the same lick. So here's what the minor pentatonic looks like with the major third added. Here's what it looks like if we add the flat 5 in there also. So let's play it ascending. And now descending, we're going to use our little trick of playing the minor third before the major third and then going to the root. Let's try that. Now just descending through that scale sounds like a really cool lick. So we're going to take advantage of having 4 chromatic notes in a row on our G string, and we're going to play this lick, starting on the D on the G string. Okay, now let's start a lick at the B note at the 7th fret of our high E string. Lastly, here's a descending lick that incorporates both the flat 5 and the minor third in 2 octaves. Now, as far as practicing this, let's use the same exercise we did for adding the major third and adding the flat 5. We're going to play a little phrase on 2 strings. We're going to start it on the flat 5. We're going to play F, E, D, B, E, D, D sharp, and then B. We're going to find that all over the fretboard. So starting on an F, we've got an F note at the 8th fret of our A string. So here it is, A and low E. We've got an F note up at the 15th fret of our D string. We've got an F note at the 10th fret of our G string. F note at the 6th fret of our B string. And lastly, we've got an F at the 13th fret of the high E. Remember, once you get it down in one key, try to play it in every key and then make up a bunch more licks doing the same thing. It's going to pay massive, massive dividends. So there you have it, folks. 2 little notes that can make a huge difference in the sound of the licks that you play. This stuff sounds great. It feels good under the fingers. It's introducing you to some chromaticism. What's not to like? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you really got something out of it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell about 50 of your friends about the channel. I'll be out here making these videos that will help you make more sense of soloing. I'll see you soon. Bye.